Alright guys, hello and welcome back. It's time for the second match of the day for the North American Challenge Cup, week number 6. I'm once again Zayden, still here with the one, the only Hindu man.
Hello indeed, we're going to be following Legion versus Noble Esports in this game. It's a quarterfinal match. Now, Noble Esports seeded 7th at the moment. They want to try and get themselves up into this top 4 position. Boogaloo did not make it this week. They couldn't get a full roster together. High Five just got eliminated in 5th place, and they're currently seeded 5th. Team Nomad, well, they're pretty much non-existent right now, which means that Noble Esports still have a shot at seeded with 8th, actually, not 7th, of getting their way into it. But talk about 7th seed, which is why I got myself so confused. 7th seeded Resist Gaming, I believe it is, got themselves beaten today by Excess. Excess made up of players I'm not really used to seeing, at least over in the Challenger scene of things. So Excess are doing a good job of knocking some big teams out, which is opening up North Americans like top 3 through 6 spots are just like wide open right now.
Yeah, definitely. Top 2, Legion did make it through the first round, their first game of the day. That does lock them in a 2nd place or higher finish going forward. But there's still, like you said, a lot of room for upset. This game, though, a lot of bans coming out. First pick locked in as well. Serket Hunbats banned out by Legion. Noble Esports banning out Bologna and Bastet. And Sylvanus Open. They picked that one up almost immediately.
Yep, Sylvanus was picked up straight away for them, and now Noble Esports looking at Cupid and Thor. The Cupid pick takes away Jablonki off the table, mainly from Legion as an option, but one thing Legion have been doing a lot of lately is a Moose and Cobb in the AD carry role, which is not a surprise if they do go for that again. We'll see. They don't have to go for it right this second, though, and they're currently cycling through multiple gods here.
I'm not even going to, like, they do this. I need a, a rapid fire, cycle through all the gods immediately button for when they do this type of thing. They will lock in Athena with the Sylvanus picked up raid. That doesn't mean it's going to be either jungle or soul lane Athena. She's been seen played a lot over in that soul lane. Her, Sobek. People kind of realize, well, what is tankier than a warrior and can deal with warriors quite easily? Well, let's just go tankier. Pick up these guardians who, well, let's face it, they have some pretty decent scaling as well, and they can provide a lot in a fight, as is the case with Athena. And as well, I got made fun a couple weeks back, that whole solo lane support Athena. She can defend Olympus across the map and help out a team fight whenever she so chooses, so it can work out pretty well.
Yeah, it could be solo or jungle, quite obviously for that. I mean, the interesting thing in the good call from Legion there was to take it now, because Noble Esports could have potentially picked it up on their next pick and had a very good support available to him. Now Legion could look at banning away another support from Noble Esports and put them deeper into the god pool, potentially Geb here, potentially Bacchus. Who knows what they're going to look for here. Noble Esports, though, it's their choice to ban. They've got junglers still available. We know that Mercury's loved by DJ Pernicus. He's probably played him the most out of everybody, and there's a Mercury ban in response to it.
Not too surprised there. Pernicus also got MVP all the way back in week number 2 for week number 1. One of the early weeks of the Challenger Cup with that Mercury play, so not surprising in the slightest. For the final ban for Team Legion, they're going to take another supportive table in the removal of Geb, but Noble Esports not too deterred, going to pick up Bacchus pretty much immediately.
Bacchus is pretty much there. It's either Bacchus or Ymir in that sort of situation, but a lot of people don't really like Ymir too much over in North America. He's a little bit more loved in EU, but Bacchus on the rise, very, very strong, very underrated, and healing reduction too, which will be effective against Sylvanus and Isis a little bit on that 4th. Legion, though, looking for their last 2 picks. They're going to need a hunter and they're going to need a jungler.
Anhur getting hovered over right now. We talked about it a little bit last game, but pretty much considered to be one of the top tier hunters, if not the top hunter of the game right now. Given the fact that Impale has had its ability to clear waves restored pretty much back to where it was for Season 1. So as Anhur does get locked in, the one big disadvantage he does have is the fact that Impale is pretty mana intensive. Without that mana buff, he has to be careful not to spam it too much. It's good for wave clear. He has 1 or 2 opportunities for poke with that Bluestone Pendant giving him some mana, but he really can't look to kind of wave clear constantly as well as provide a constant bit of poke with it.
Yep, Nemesis was locked in, and Nemesis DJ Pernicus is very good on Nemesis. He played it a lot during Season 1. Not so much Season 2, but it is one of his go-to junglers if he needs it. He's got fantastic ability to destroy targets in the late stages of the game. Early game, not as strong, and with a mana pick into a Nemesis, I'm not sure I like that too much. But I mean, I guess you're going to have to deal with an Athena in lane. It's interesting to see what they actually choose to do here, honestly, up against this Nemesis. It's going to be Chaac, and that's going to be some protection shred abilities for Nemesis. He'll be looking for Bacchus Nemesis to steal those protections away for the most part, will DJ Pernicus. On paper, I do like both teams. I mean, Cupid versus Anhur is a matchup that slightly goes in favor of Cupid in one way, but then the late game is slightly in favor of Anhur.
Yeah. He does have kind of one benefit. The Desert Fury in response to Fields of Love can be used for crowd control meter around. He doesn't have to wait to get beads to actually have to box back and forth with Cupid. He can avoid the stun with that. You know, Heart Bomb on my head, he's going to stun me. I'll pop Desert Fury, do some damage to Cupid, counter the stun. I can look to keep on fighting, boxing back and forth if I'm so inclined to do so. So there's some little counterplay options. Cupid, though, I don't know. He has a bit of a much stronger early game than late game.
Yeah, he does have a stronger early game. The problem is that Noble Esports, their duo lane here of Bacchus and Cupid, their wave clear potential isn't as strong as a Sylvanus Anhur matchup, which means they're going to be shoved under the tower all day. In mid lane, Isis up against Agni. Isis will be able to push early on in this lane and put Agni at a bit of a disadvantage if Agni doesn't play it perfectly, but then Agni comes back online and can deal with Isis quite very well, honestly. With the Wing Gust, he can stun her out of those using his combustion. So that'll be available. Sorry, Noxus Fumes. I always say combustion for that every single time. But yeah, Noxus Fumes can stun it out, so Agni will turn that one around on Isis as the game goes on. The solo lane, Chaac versus Athena. Well, they both about come online in terms of wave clear at the same time. The axe at the same time as the shield wall deals about the same amount of damage at the right stages. So in that lane, it'll pretty much be an even farm off, and it's going to be about Chaac getting teleport and Athena using her global rotations to the best of her ability to influence these team fights. It's going to be an interesting one.
That is for sure. That said, guys, the anti-ghost timer is already ticking down just about all the way through, so it won't be too long, but we're going to be cutting to a quick little break and get ourselves set up and ready to go for the next game. It's going to be Legion facing off against Noble Esports, so stick around, enjoy the music. We'll be back here in just a few. Alright guys, hello and welcome back. It's time for the quarterfinal matchup between Legion and Noble Esports. I have also been informed to amend the record. It was actually not, in fact, Hindu's fault. Apparently it is now my fault. So,
always your fault. Legion versus Noble Esports is going to be in the screen. This is a quarterfinal game. Winner will come up against Return or Excess, depending how that one goes. At the moment, you can see Legion went placed on an early ward, did well played on this solo lane. Athena, he's going to be up against Chaac. It'll be pretty much a farming lane, that one, unless the junglers do end up getting involved there. So for the time being, we're going to see passive at the start of this one.
Indeed. Go ahead for a second, Hindu.
So at the moment, you can see that we're going to see Bacchus and Cupid in the dual lane up against Sylvanus and Anhur. This lane is going to be really rough for Bacchus and Cupid, in all honesty, unless they get an early aggression going for themselves. The push power from Anhur and Sylvanus, very, very strong. It's going to be very, very difficult for them to try and outpush this wave. They could potentially get a kill at level 2 if they can be quick clearing out their jungle, but it's going to be a little bit difficult. The good news, though, for the mid laner of Agni is that he's going to reach mid lane a little bit quicker than Isis, just because of how the map is set out. The bottom side of the map, the little bit of a longer rotation to the mid lane at the start of this game than the Chaos side, so Chaos should reach there ever so slightly quicker. But this time round, it's taking a little bit of time for Agni to get that buff, so they're actually going to eat there at exactly the same time. Bit unfortunate for Noble Esports early on.
Indeed.
Right side.
Still coming out right. Yeah, indeed. DJ Printer's taking a lot of damage right now. Does not have Swift Vengeance to run away from this one. They're not going to be able to secure those last couple of hits, but the mana buff, I believe, was stolen away. There is Cypher turning back around to pick that up before they head over to the right lane. Over in the left lane, however, a little bit back and forth. We're talking about that big wave push coming out from Legion right now. Immediately push back to the tower early on.
This was a really good invade from Noble Esports onto this Athena. Athena really needs the blue to wave clear effectively. Cooldown reduction is important for her as well, and the mana regen just to be able to allow her to release the pressure. Chaac, though, going to be able to abuse this situation, and now a good rotation from Dazology here is going to give Chaac an advantage in this lane on getting himself higher up in terms of level. He's a little bit behind in terms of experience right now, but he'll catch up very, very quickly on that. As you can see, Dazology has rotated all the way through mid, and now stealing away back harpies to deny.
Indeed, Spirit Ball wall.
Experience from DJ Pernicus, but Legion have made a good call.
Yeah, they were able to poke over. One Spirit Ball later does mean Dazology's only going to get one little harpy in the backside. And he's going to head back to lane, soak up a little experience there. But grab on the left side, Luke pulled back in the middle. Two of these guys, Disperse coming out from Panic Cat looking for damage. Not going to find the knockup he was looking for. He's going to call for the disengage, but Noble Esports right now, they're winning this dual lane. Now, I don't say pretty handedly right now, but they're playing it well.
Now this invade from Legion was really, really good. Sorry, the invade from Noble Esports was very good, but now Legion are invading the blue buff in response here, and they're not going to defend it quickly enough. This should be able to be stolen away by Legion now, and that just evens up that lane immediately. Good Spirit Ball from Adoro. Stops BK Haste coming in here straight away on this Agni, and they should be able to disengage for free, and Legion have tied things up again once more.
Indeed. As they rotate over, looking possible to catch somebody out. Good spirit ball over the wall, but now Doro has no stun to stop Dazology from applying a lot of damage. Although that said, there is always that silence, means no more tectonic rip, but there it is. It did wear off. Good damage. Stun coming out from Agni as well. The last hit will come in. The tick from the passive securing that kill for BK Haste, but right now damage getting thrown back and forth. Thor is taking up a lot of minion shots, and that Retribution reflects.
The minions.
Going to cost him his life.
Minions and the Retribution reflect cost him his life. The Archer minions were the ones that got the last tick of damage there to bring him down. It was a good play from DJ Pernicus. It was really nice from Dazology as well, actually, but unfortunately he's going to pay with the iron price. Now DJ Pernicus is going to find himself some more farm in mid. He's going to hit 5 ready for mid Harpies, and Agni's going to be in a 2v1 situation at them in a few seconds' time.
Yeah, ping coming out from Noble Esports on the right side camp. DJ Pernicus is fairly low, but they're going to be able to pick these up in quite short order. No real contest coming out for these. Over on the right side, Thor's going to be picking up, looking to soak some experience off the wall. BK Haste will throw a Flame Wave here in just a second, more likely not to secure this. Maybe just some auto attacks instead. 1-for-1 on Harpy camps. Legion looked to contest, but not going to find anything. Thor teleporting away with the hammer, will avoid getting caught out by that Spirit Ball.
You can see experience is completely even between these two teams. Goal lead ever so slightly in favour of Noble Esports just because of that first blood. But right inside now, Chaac's been aggressed on here. DJ Pernicus waiting in the wings as he's paying to beyond. Chac needs to watch his position in here. He's just thrown the axe and that spells danger.
It does. Stormcall up in the air, looking to find this kill. They're not going to be able to find that one, but over in the dual lane, 1v2. Panda Cat actually found the kill onto Juniper. Junipera, it actually appears it was a dive onto the tower. They're still looking for this kill. Panda Cat locked down, but they're going to be forced to retreat yet again. The tower! Not going to kill him. Just barely getting out of that one alive.
Barely getting out alive. Really good work there coming out from Panda Cat to force a situation where we got a 2v1. I'm sorry we said action, but it was more likely we'd see a kill onto Chaac than we would see in a 2v1 situation from an Anhur against a Bacchus Cupid. No one would see that one coming. 4 minutes in though, buffs are starting to respawn for both sides of the map now. It'll be interesting to see if we see Noble Esports try and invade this blue buff again on the right hand side to steal it away from Athena, or whether they'll just return to standard for now.
Yep, damage buff getting picked up on the left-hand side of the jungle by Adora right now. He's going to be happy to have that. Damage buff for Noble Esports is going to be picked up here in just a moment as well. So a little bit of a reprieve right now. Not really much going on as these guys are just, as we said, picking up those jungle buffs. Those jungle buffs are pretty beneficial usually. But other than that, a little mid-lane push. Adora going to deny some gold to the tower here. BK Haste will be in range just in a moment to pick up any little lingering minions. But for the most part, that entire wave was just lost to the tower. I believe he didn't get any gold from that.
We might see a bit of an engagement on the right-hand side for this blue buff. Nope, maybe not. Noble Esports just going to pick up the farm in the wave instead. Not going to invade the blue buff this time round. They didn't feel confident in doing so. Dazology going to meet them though as they rotate round and just disengage for the moment. 2-1, Legion have a small lead.
Indeed, good grouping up as well to clear those minions out with the shield wall. It's a little easier to do when the enemy, your own minion wave is already dead and the minions don't get distracted. Panda Cat picking up the attack speed buff from the left-hand side. Hunters, there was a little bit of a discrepancy early. Panda Cat did only have the Curse Gauntlets online. He has since caught back up. Devourer's Gauntlets online for both Hunters at the same time. Panda Cat, tiny lead with that attack speed buff camp. 3 ahead right now. Nothing really lost or gained. He has a level up, a little bit extra gold from that pick he got onto Junipera a couple moments ago. Otherwise, just a little bit of grouping. Legion are like on the hunt constantly this game. They're grouping up, looking for picks, much like this. They found the Spirit Ball. Silence dropped down as well. Wing Gust, but the Silence only lasts for a very short period at rank 1. He was able to teleport out in time.
Yeah, if he had a longer silence, it would have been great for him. But at the moment, he's only got 1 point in it, so it's 1.5 second silence. So he just waited patiently for it. Mid comes to spawning though on the left soon. Right one's a little bit delayed, and Gold Fury's actually being cleared out by wards by Pain to Beyond here, as the left Harpies spawn momentarily.
Yeah, looks like once again going to be a 1-for-1 as far as Harpy is concerned. As no one else is really nearby. Ping on the mana buff on the right-hand side as well. Picking that one up for Chaac here in short order. The Bluestone Pendant helps a lot. His passive helps a lot. He actually has not yet gone back to base. Neither has Athena for that matter. Soul Lane, they're kind of just farming up for like crazy. There's really no kill opportunity. They're pretty tanky. There's really not much chance to get ganked as long as they're careful. So there's no real reason to go back. Was that a steal?
No, it was 3 Harpies went in favour of Legion total there, and 1 to Noble Esports. Agni got the second one of those 2. But they gave them up, which I'm really surprised about. They were in a position to do it. They were off cooldown ever so slightly in favour of the left one spawning first and left-hand side, and her going aggressive onto this Cupid. Cupid, bit under pressure there, but nothing more is going to come from that from the time being. Very, very stalemated game right now from both teams.
It's one small disadvantage as well as Cupid. When you drop those little share the love hearts down, candy hearts in this particular case, it kind of tells people exactly where you are about to go. In the case of an Anhur, that can be quite scary, so when he goes for this heart, I will just fire the Impale, he'll get stuck to a wall, I get all sorts of crazy amounts of damage out for free, and well, it doesn't end too well. Like that particular engagement, Cupid was trying to heal himself up, and Panic At just, okay, you're going for that heart, I will hit you, you're going for the other heart, I will hit you again, I'll continue hitting you while you're maneuvering around, and then realizing, yeah, maybe I should not go for that last heart. Mid lane, a little bit of back and forth going on, DJ Pernicus may get caught by the stun, but able to just kind of skirt the edge of it at a time.
Yep, nothing more coming from this from the time being. I've not seen Thor really go aggressive other than the one assist he's got to his name so far. Normally you like to see Thor when he gets his ultimate online start, trying to use that to his advantage, looking for the dunk downs with the Anvil of Dawn, but he's not found anything just yet. He's currently roaming around though, trying to find a pick, but everyone playing relatively safe for the most part. And he's still got to contest with an Athena defender of Olympus that could come in if he does try and catch somebody out of position too.
Exactly. In the second they hear Thor up in the air, I imagine you're going to see that channel coming in, unless someone's already like free and clear. Panic At left side, caught out right now. Desiree popped down to avoid that stun, but it's not going to be enough. Thor comes down as well, just for good measure. Pain to be on, looking for the counter engage. They could look for something. There's DJ Pernicus as well. Defender Olympus going to drop Athena down.
Good wall, but there's the slow cut off from DJ Pernicus. They're going to chase on and bring down Cupid with a good taunt from well played. Pernicus gets one, but the bombs from Agni are doing some good damage. Pernicus is deep on this backside here. He's going to watch the position. He gets hit by the flop from that Bacchus. He secures a kill. Chaac does turn up to the party a little bit late, but the fight still goes in favor of Noble Esports. They could potentially look for more.
They're looking for it. The wall does connect onto Dora. He's able to skirt out, but the damage from Pain from BKH is doing a lot right now. Circuit protection drop down. Going to buy them some time, some heals, and some damage.
Pull
Cyper
was good. The pull was good, the heal was good, but there's going to be nothing else coming from that from the boys of Legion now. Noble Esports could feel confident here and go for the Gulf Fury. It looks like that's what they might be doing here. It's a little bit risky, but they do have the damage potential. It looks like they've changed their mind about that actually. Just going to return and clear up their jungle instead. Legion for the... They might be doing it themselves and realize they're not, and now maybe Legion will be the ones to try and do it themselves.
They are indeed. It has been started with that fight. Noble Esports put themselves up in the lead as far as gold is concerned. They evened out the kill count as well. But right now, Legion are looking for the fight. Once again, Daysology low. The taunt from Athena's good. Spirit Ball connects as well. They're looking for this quick pick, and they will find it. Adora with the Wing Gust secures that one. Cyper, meanwhile, looking to zone these guys out, trying to start this fight for the counter engage. Well played. Very low, but will survive. Panic At finds Cyper in the end. 2-0 going the way of Legion. Gold Fury once again getting started. And it looks like Noble is still going to hang around, but this could be a risky attempt they want for the steal. It will be a 3v5 fight. They're going for it.
It's Agni. It's Agni as well. There's the bombs there. As the Fields of Love coming down too. Legion get the Gold Fury, but the ultimate for Paydivion buys him a second. He's still going to go down. DJ Pernicus might be able to dash away here, but he's going to be dashed after. If he can find a bomb stun, not going to find it. Only had the bomb available. Legion ended up coming out on top in that engagement in Gold Fury.
Yep, Blue found that secure onto DJ Pernicus. The very tail end of that with that Heart Bomb delivered through the tower. But overall, he said that Gold Fury was picked up, but the gold with those extra couple kills. Noble win
that engagement.
Yeah.
Noble win that engagement. They get an experience lead, and the gold, if you look at the gold right now, they're losing the wave to tower here as well. The gold is absolutely even though Legion got that Gold Fury. So it was a really good play from Noble Esports to stick around there, and they made the best of a situation that they didn't really want to get themselves into, and ended up evening things up and actually taking a lead.
Yeah, indeed. Good play by those guys. As both these teams kind of heading back to base, still kind of just getting back to lane for the first time after that rather extended overall fight in the left side of the jungle. Buffs respawn, buffs getting picked up. A lot of actives coming in line right now. Beads across the board. They want to make sure they're not getting caught out. That Fields of Love can be nasty. Bacchus as well. You get caught by that the Belch of the God stun. Chaac has a long silence as well. That Storm Call. Some pretty nasty effects potentially coming out from Noble Esports. At the same time, that Spirit Ball taunt combo coming out from well-played Enduro so far has been spot on. Twice we saw a taunt immediately followed up by that Spirit Ball. They're coordinating quite well. And once that gets later on in the game, a max range Spirit Ball is going to get a massive chunk of damage onto any squishy target on the side of Noble Esports.
It really is. So right now we're going to go back to farming again with the Gold Fury being down. It's all about trying to find a pick for both teams right now. As the game goes on though, and you look at compositions that are on paper here, I'd much rather have an Agni than an Isis in the later stages, just because the damage is easy to confirm. Although, you know, an Isis Spirit Ball into Circle of Protection can one-shot, well, two-shot, obviously, an AD carry in very, very quick succession. Right inside, some aggression coming out once again between the two there. But they're both tanks, so they'll be fine. DJ Pernicus looking for a bit of damage onto Haste. He's going to force him to dash away. And now with Thor here as well, they're going to trade a bit of poke backwards and forwards there too.
Indeed, so a little bit of reprieve right now. Really not much to fight over at the moment. Harpies will be up in about a minute and a half. They might look for something on that. They may just look to trade 1 for 1 again. Last time it was 3 for 1 in case of the split on the right-hand side. But Legion so far this game have been looking for pretty much the jungler in mid lane as well as support. Pain to Beyond pretty much this game is a second jungler. He is just all over the map. He's constantly roaming. He picks up some experience in the lane, shares it, and then he continues roaming again. They're looking for picks constantly. But Noble Esports are warding up the jungle very heavily. They're seeing these rotations come out, and they're able to avoid the possible opportunities for Legion to catch them out.
Yeah, Noble not really making many mistakes. That's the big key here, is not to give away anything for free. And if they do give something up, they try and make sure they trade it back in response, and they've done a good job of this so far. This game is very, very close, considering Legion a second seed and have pretty much hit finals every single week without fail. Yeah. This is a rough game for them right now, and Noble Esports are really up for this one, and they really need to be to try and give themselves a shot at getting into this top 4 position, especially with the likes of High Five, Nomad, and Boogaloo not being involved this week. This is a big, important game for them. If they can beat Legion here, they're going to climb so many points.
Definitely. A little bit poke left side jungle. Harpies are about to respawn. They might look for the fight. BK has support the pathline. The grab is good. Dazology forced up into the Anvil of Dawn. He will be able to escape from this one, but that ultimate will be down for any possible ensuing fights. This could also mean both Harpy camps go to Legion here in a moment. Juniper is rotating over to the right-hand side, looking to pick these up, but they are slightly offset, and Legion immediately rotating over to look to contest them.
They are flashing right now, and Juniper's here waiting on Bacchus. With the burp, he should be able to get a stun, but the hog from Pernicus is good there. Flop in, Pain Divion with the blink, doesn't manage to find the damage though onto Thor with the ultimate, and now it's Juniper that's caught out of position. He might be go down in trade here as Chaac teleports in for support. He's not going to find anything he can do here. Well played, gets the kill onto Bacchus.
Yeah, teleport's a pretty good response to the Defender of Olympus. Unfortunately, the teleport does not also come bundled with a pair of stilettos, often delivered directly to somebody's face, which in that particular instance we saw well played kind of get that nice quick little kill to Juniper as he landed in the middle of that team fight. Tier 1 tower in mid lane taking a bit of poke back and forth. BKH is able to avoid that Spirit Ball with the Path of Flames. The tower probably will not fall in this particular instance, but some extra damage on it could help out later on down the road. And over in the right lane, well played, doing a little damage on the soul lane, tier 1 as well.
So these little skirmishes are starting to go in Legion's favour. They've got a kill advantage here. They also took away the Harpies again, and that's where you can see the experience of Ghost Leader starting to swing once again in Legion's favour. These little skirmishes working out very, very well for them, and being able to rotate around, for the most part, using Athena as well to support. Just turn things around for Legion again and keep this one pretty much even, but now Noble don't have that advantage anymore.
Definitely. Oh, the soul laners, they keep smacking the hell out of each other, and it's like, oh, no, they're soul laners. They're not going to be killing each other's item. Relax. Left side,
Breastplate of Valor. I mean, Breastplate of Valor, you're not going to see much on that. Left side, though, like you said, Sylvanus going a bit aggressive here. Bacchus actually uses his flop, so Bacchus is in a bit of trouble here because Nemesis is here too. This could be a dead drunk man.
It very much is. Fields of Love, unfortunately, not enough to deter that little bit of a gank opportunity. And with the pick onto the support, that means Wrath of the Gods removed from the table, and look what happens to be up and available. It is the Gold Fury, and immediately Legion rotate over to the left side, middle of the left side jungle, look to pick this up, and look at the ward placement as well. They have this left side jungle.
Thor, though. Agni and Thor are here. Thor's up in the sky. He's going to dunk down very soon. Watch out for Agni with the bombs. Can they deal enough damage to make this worthwhile? Legion get the Gold Fury, but immediately it looks like he's going to be Thor who's going to get brought down by Panikai, who leaps after and brings him down with the auto. Well played, turned up as well. Chaac might be able to get the tier 1 tower right based off this, but Legion did that one perfectly.
Yeah. Noble admittedly did get very, very close to dropping the Gold Fury low enough that a Rage of the Gods could have stolen that one away. The Gold Fury got down to low teens, but still at that point, that crowd control combo wore off. The Anvil of Dawn into the Tectonic Rift, and then finally into the Agni Noxious Fume stun combo was not enough. DJ Pernicus left side jungle, Retribution Shield reflecting a lot of that damage back. He'll probably be able to sneak away. He's a little worse for the wear right now. Noble not really going to be able to chase this one down, let's face it. Couple seconds. Swift Vengeance back up, the Retribution Shield's back up. Even if they chased, Pernicus probably would have just gotten away safely. So Legion, once again, though, came out victorious in that fight. Noble still looking perhaps to find something here, but Legion, with that ward control, are looking to start just really putting that stranglehold on Noble at this point.
Yeah, they're actually, with the walkers are coming from the Gold Fury lead, they've just got for themselves as well, trying to keep strangling this game. The left Harpies once again go to them, right ones are going to spawn afterwards. This is the benefit you get of offsetting these Harpies though, is you can try and steal both, but Juniper is there to be able to try and secure these ones for the team. Legion not going to be here in time, they're going to finally drop to them. Chaac was covering from the wing he required. He did take that tier 1 tower down as well, which opens the map up a little bit for himself on this side, but he's going to watch himself in case DJ does come round here. He's not got it for now, but Pain to Beyond, he's just going to clear a ward, actually. I thought you might look for a gank in mid.
They do know he's here. They're looking to contest this ward battle. The Sentry battle will end up going the way of Noble Esports on that particular instance. Pain Devion didn't want to tangle with what was just a brief moment ago 3 members of Noble Esports. Left-hand side, Lou going to clean up this wave of minions, maybe look for the next wave as well. Again, nothing really on the map to look to contest over, but Legion, every time there's an objective available, they look for rotation, turn that into a kill, and then immediately turn that kill into another objective on the back of it. Harpies are kind of just the icing on the cake at this point. It's like, we're looking for these big gold free picks, the jungle buff steals. Harpies, just they're there, we get them, we're not going to fight you over them if we don't have to.
I mean, let's be honest about Harpies. Harpies give you a nice golden experience lead if you get them consistently throughout the whole game. If they do end up offsetting, it's just a relatively extra little bit of golden experience. And you're mainly using them to try and contest, to try and find a pick more often than not. But get every single one, you're definitely going to have an advantage by like the 25-minute mark, that's for sure. You'll see the lead start to really develop there. 8-5 though right now. DJ Predicus waiting in the wings on the left-hand lane. He did stop an award to get in this position though. So they should know he's here, and the aggression's coming out onto this Cupid who flutters away, and Thor throws a double tap onto Pernicus, and he needs some poke for that.
Yeah, once again though, Legion looking to group up and find these picks. They're not even really concerned the fact that there's no objectives to fight over. A kill is a kill in the end of the day. It's more gold going the way of your team. This Noble Esports lineup, they really cannot look for an early grouping in a lane and just look to siege down tower. There's so much AoE damage from Agni coming down. Thor can set up a play big time. They have the box as well going forward. A big chunk of damage coming out from that belly flop and toxic combo. So Legion really can't look to dive a tower this early on. So Noble Esports, at least until gold free spawns again, kind of just looks at, play defensively, hold at the towers, and just wait it out. But when that gold free spawns, they need to make sure they don't first get picked off, and then when the gold free inevitably does get started, that they have everybody set and ready for that fight. Because the last Gold Fury fight didn't necessarily go as well as they'd hoped, although they played it reasonably well, but they were outnumbered admittedly.
I mean, obviously with Juniper being down as well, just getting picked beforehand, there was not a whole lot they could really do there apart from try and get some kills from trade or hope for a mistake from them. So, a bit unfortunate. What I do like from Noble Esports though, they've got good sentry warding going on in their own jungle right now, their own half. Make sure they can delete vision from the boys of Legion for the aggression. Bit of aggression on the right hand side though, but nothing more to shout home about that one. Left Harpy's due to spawn again momentarily, followed by the right once again as the blue buff gets taken down on the right side for Noble Esports is Chaac.
I'm also liking the way Athena's building right now. What we've seen out of Athena's and Sobek's, all these Guardians in the Soul Lane recently. A little bit aggressive for Panicat, not going to be able to lock Lou down. Lou's just going to kind of chill in the sand there around that pillar. The whole, let's throw a second Guardian in the Soul Lane and have them actually build as a Guardian. They're running sort of a protect Panda Cat composition. Late game, Panda Cat's going to be doing a lot of damage as that 80 carry. If it goes triple crit, left side Lou once again caught, but able to kind of escape. Didn't take too much from that combo. I don't believe he got impaled off the pillar.
Once again, Noble Esports doing what they can to just not give anything away for free. They've got good wall coverage. They're trying to invade onto the red buff at the moment, Legion. But a double tap comes out there from Daysology to aggress onto Juniper. They weren't going to watch this because Agni's there. There's a bit, but the gods coming out from Juniper on that Bacchus to try and zone them away. And Thor's going up. They're looking for Pain Devion here. Good belly flop. Is the dunk going to follow? That's the question.
He's going deep, looking for DJ Pernicus in the backside of this fight. Circle protection dropped down already as the fight is on. Daysology very, very low. Going to be able to just skirt out alive. Cypher finds a Dura in the back line of the fight, though. Looking for number 2 in this fight. Well played. Has a heart bomb attached.
Chaac's doing work. Chaac is doing so much work. He's just zoning them all out by chasing onto them. Now he's going to rush Panda Cat away. Thor went to base as well, so they didn't lose him. They do pick up a Dora for that, but not everybody on Legion is low just yet. It was a good disengage from Legion, and now they may reaggress. Keep an eye out for the taunt.
They're still going forward, looking for the taunt. Like you said, is available if they need it. Gold for a reset for the time being. Well played. Gonna eat another heart bomb here. Cupid gonna do a little damage while DJ Pernicus is low. Thor is coming up from behind, looking for the kill. Spin to win, not gonna connect. He needs the hammer, but the Retribution Shield gonna avoid any possible damage that did connect. A little bit of a 1v1 going here, but the main body of the fight, they're looking for this pick on the Pain of Beyond. The Gold Fury once again started up by Noble.
Yeah, he's still started up, but he's still relatively high HP, 50% right now. Pain Devion and Panda Cat still trying to aggress onto this one. Athena not going to be here in time. Belly flop, they want to Pain Devion. They're going to burst him quickly. Juniper's decision making there was wise, and Noble Esports get the Gold Fury for themselves away from Legion. Good double tap onto Well Played, who has to bravely run away now, and Noble Esports fantastic there to get themselves once again a golden experience lead. They're going to get a tier 1 tower mid as well.
They played that beautifully. Initially, it looked like they were going to go for that quick pick on the Pain Divion, but they went deep instead. Both Cypher on Chaac and Thor being played by Dazeology went deep in that fight. They got that early kill on Tordoro, and that was a big part of that Legion team fight removed. That circle protection is so important for those guys. Once that one person was down, it was a 4v5 power play. Start the Gold Fury, bait them back in, wait for the opportunity, slowly whittle it down. And as soon as it gets down to that point, Pain Divion, you know he's going to come in and try and steal it away. When he does, we turn to him and just kill him, secure the Gold Fury, look for any other possible kills we can come across. They didn't get any extra kills, but they got the Gold Fury. They got a couple kills. They played that beautifully.
That team call was fantastic from Noble Esports, honestly, because normally, like you said, when Pain Divion comes in, you'll see a hog war that happens more than likely over the Gold Fury, and everybody tries to defend. Instead, they just deleted Pain Divion, so he couldn't get to the Gold Fury anyway, and make sure they secure it for themselves. Mid-Harpy spawning soon, though. Left ones will be up ever so slightly to the right, surprisingly enough. Said about 15 times this game from both of us. But the Tier 1 towers in mid lane are due to fall for both sides soon, as Noble Esports did get pushed in there as well, which will open the map up quite considerably. Yeah. But the ward coverage is going to have to stay high now.
Yeah, let me pull that up if I can find the correct graph. Wards placed. There are a lot. 2 members on Legion, both Adoro and Pain Divion, sitting at double digits. Bacchus and Agni not far behind, about 1-2 wards less. But it hasn't really affected them too much. Right side Harpies went to... Actually, they get both camps right there? I believe they got both camps.
They did get both camps. Yeah. Legion took both camps there once again, so Noble Esports lost a little bit of their experience in gold lead they had because of those Harpies. And now they're going to lose a Tier 1 tower in mid, which means that we'll see the golden experience league go to Legion again.
Yeah, gonna take that Tier 1 tower, answer that back and forth. Dazeology jumping in, DJ Prinkus is very low. Retribution Shield buying time. Divine Judgment popped on Lou. And looking to get in. There's Athena arriving down to the party, but Lou finds the double kill, looking to find well played as well, possibly. But the preemptive strike is charged to get out if necessary. Probably not going to find any more kills in this one, but again, another team fight going away to Noble Esports. They lost that Tier 1, but that tower was gone a while ago, so low in health at that point.
Another good fight from Noble Esports there to choose the decision that they did there. They're going to try and group up in mid lane here, trying to abuse this Morlock for a Tier 2. Going to be a little bit difficult though, but there's not that much wave clear on the side of Legion. They have to come in close to really clear this one out and rely on attacks. Chaac on his own again. Cypher knows his role in this game and it's just to people away so his team can take down towers. They get the tower there as well, and Noble Esports take another lead.
Yeah, I mean, that was, again, played nicely. They knew the fact that Pain Divion did not have the Wrath of Terra. That was their big counter-engage when they went for that tower fight. Because that was down, it's, well, he really can't do much. What's he going to do? Pull Chaac closer to him, and Chaac just continues taking the tower. It's like, okay, you pulled me in. What was that supposed to accomplish right here? Okay, I'm going to just turn around, walk out of the tower. I don't really care. The rest of my team just took your Tier 2 tower, put another 1,500 gold in the bank for us to spend next time we're back in base. So right now, with that, Noble Esports, they lost their lead a little bit back, but they have turned it back into their favor, both in experience and gold.
Still anyone's game this. I mean, if we look towards the later stages of this game, I would rather be Noble Esports with their composition on paper than Legion. I mean, Athena, late game, she's just going to be a Guardian. She has got ethereal staff online, but a very tanky sort of build for herself there. Not that much damage. Chaac will be a tank, but he'll still be able to survive for a long time in those fights. At the same time, you've got Agni in this mid lane. When he gets full build, that's going to be destructive bomb power. And yeah. Bacchus, don't forget Bacchus's damage. It is insane. At all stages, he's going aggressive in mid there. You can see Junipera not going to be able to find anything to Adoro right now. But the late game, I feel is actually stronger in Noble Esports' favor.
Yeah. Legion, if they can explode somebody using the combination of the ice setup from Isis Athena, or perhaps as well, they have some burst potential on the side of Legion. But once that big initial burst is used up, it comes down to they need to keep Panda Cat safe and alive, because he's the one who's going to be doing pretty much all the damage in these team fights once that first burst is done.
I feel it'll be DJ Pernicus more than Panda Cat actually in this game. I think if they can get DJ Pernicus to late game and he gets some crit going online as well, he could be a real issue for this team once he hits full max level, full build. A well farmed Nemesis is actually a destructive voice for bringing down targets very quickly. Take into account that Divine Judgment takes 50% of your current HP. So if you're at full health, you lose half your health with one skill.
Yeah,
that could change a fight on its own.
I'm wondering if they're going to use that as part of that burst damage initially, though. If they take Agni off the table before he's able to do anything, the team fight will pretty much at that point be Legions. Then at that point, whoever does damage does damage. The question is going to be, at the same time, when someone like Chaac is as tanky as he is, taking 50% of his health off the board, is a lot more effective than taking off that little chunk from Cupid, because Cupid, let's face it, he's going to die quickly regardless of if you take that 50% chunk off.
Well,
it's always
you're
one of those
hoping,
tough goals.
Panda Cat, though,
Yeah.
going to hear a double tap on the left-hand side. Is the Gold Fury's been looked at here by Noble Esports. They feel confident with starting this one off already. DJ Pindicus in mid lane right now. Agni sat between both here, and going to see DJ Pindicus here. There's an Athena rotation in, though, and a disengage immediately from Noble Esports is a good call as Chaac groups up as well. We're going to see a bit of a stance.
Well played. In the middle of a bunch of them, BK has took a decent chunk of damage. Thor's up in the air. They might look for the big engagement right here, right now, but they need to find that right target to pit. Legion is spread out all over the place right now. In the back, he's looking for some damage to Panda Cat. Did not really find all the damage he may have been hoping for. Dazology going to lose that overall 1-for-1 boxing match. Main body of the fight, damage going back and forth, but Noble Esports health bars are dropping rapidly.
Yeah, they are dropping rapidly, but this is a messy fight, and Perdicus actually finds Cupid, and he might be able to find another kill onto Agni on the backside, who ages into buy time, but Panda Cat brings that one down. Haste falls, good spirit ball for the double, and that should be Noble Esports deleted. A deicide for the boys of Legion there. That's a fire giant. That's a fire giant.
They are indeed heading over that side of the map. I think the biggest part of that fight was just the fact that Dazology went for that big, deep kill, early pick onto Panda Cat, and just missed the hammer. The double tap wasn't there. Berserker Barrage at that point, Beads was forced out from Panda Cat, but he was out of range for the spin to win. And that was a big part of the initiation that just was not there for Noble Esports. And once that was all said and done, Legion went for the counter engage. They got the quick pick onto Thor. Panda Cat 1v1 down the side. Everyone else just then collapsed in, and they could not look to reestablish control of that fight. And with that victory, Fire Giant picked up a quick, easy tier 1 tower as well. And they're going back to base. 2,600 on Anhur, 2,500 gold for DJ Pernicus. That's
big
a full item.
That should be a Gold Fury as well. They can go pick up on this left-hand side as well because of that whole situation. They don't have to worry about Fire Giant threats as well. Noble Esports, what really happened there? Dazology ulted, and he got spotted ulting, still went in for the engagement.
Yeah.
And going for the engagement when Legion had spotted it and split themselves well. His team couldn't follow up with the target he chose. They tried to follow up and pick off the Anhur and Panda Cat, but they didn't manage to do so. The team was split. Pain Divion got a really good ultimate off onto 3 targets around the Gold Fury, and then it was turned around by Legion from that point. DJ Pernicus turned up, annihilated Cupid, went on to Agni straight after, and then at the end with that double spirit pull, wee doggy. That was disgusting and very, very good for the boys at Legion.
Indeed. With that, like I said, Gold Fury getting picked up in short order, and they're going to immediately group up on this left-hand lane, maybe with 1 or 2 exceptions, but they want to start looking for that left side Phoenix. Getting those fire minions opposite side of the map from the Fire Giant is so beneficial in about 3 minutes and 40 seconds when the Fire Giant is back up. You're going to look to group here. Noble Esports tier 1 tower would, no one ever defends tier 1 towers with a Fire Giant on the enemy team, let's face it. Tier 2 tower, not very common either. They're going to group up DJ Pernicus behind him, just kind of making sure nobody's coming around to surprise them. They're going to look to group up here more likely than not, imagine, defend a Phoenix, but those other tier 2 towers are looking pretty juicy. That's another 3,000 gold potentially in the wallets of the Legion, so why not pick those up as well?
I mean, if they go back after getting these tier 2 towers, it's a good call to spend that gold, but at this very moment in time, Noble Esports can still fight them if they go for a Phoenix. Noble Esports is still strong enough to defend these Phoenixes and potentially swing this one back around again, keep themselves in it. They are out of this game at this very moment. It's going to be up to Legion really to make a mistake, though, to cause an issue.
Without a doubt on that one. I mean, another problem is going to be Legion is getting so tanky right now. Ethereal Staff on Athena, she has a Shield of Underworld, the Winged Blade, the Breastplate of Valor. Nemesis going for the bit of an unusual route. She does have the Charge Bow pickup. Once it's an Odysseus Bow, that's going to be a lot of extra AoE damage in the middle of a fight. I think a lot of people are just starting to realize how much that Chain Lightning spreading around the middle of a fight can potentially add damage-wise. Especially given that late game, even Nemesis right now, she's sitting at 1 attack per second. Once that's finished up, it's going to be even more attack speed. She's going to be doing a lot of extra AoE damage that otherwise you may not expect to see coming from a Nemesis.
So the good call came out from Legion here, though. They used the wise idea of going back to base, spend that gold, put it to good use, start reaching those last items for some of them. You can see DJ Pernicus has reached full build now with that Odysseus Bow. I think Odysseus Bow is a really good item. I'm surprised I didn't really think about that one. Normally you've seen Crater's last item really picked up from a Nemesis, but going for a XP focus build and obviously use that Odysseus Bow to his advantage of hitting multiple targets over and over again. Think of Zeus Chain Lightning with that ability, because that's what it pretty much does.
the numbers get a little kind of funky, but it's almost a 50% attack speed increase from that chain lightning, and that doesn't include the damage that the Odysseus bow gives. You're doing damage, and then that chain lightning hits 4 targets is almost a 50% damage increase. There's math involved, it gets a little more complicated than that, but it's a pretty nice extra chunk of damage coming out. But the siege left side is on. That Phoenix is going to drop quickly. Noble looking for an engagement. Bacchus coming in, feels the love drop down as well. Duro looking to be the target of the burst, will get brought down immediately.
He will, but Agni gets that kill for himself. Meanwhile, on the backside, though, well played tries to do it. Can DJ Pinnacles does get the Phoenix in mid. The Phoenix in left goes down. Even though they get a kill, they're not holding, and this is a big issue as Junipero has to bally flop away. The taunt onto Cupid was good. There was no follow-up, though, available as he dashed away. And the disengage from Legion happens, and they will be quite happy to lose 1, maybe even 2, for the cost of 2 Phoenixes.
The counter engage is on. DJ Pinnacles finds the number 1. BK is low in the back. Heart bomb is connected, well played, but he doesn't really care. BK Haste is about to fall. Pain to Beyond picks that one up. Right now, it is a 4v3 Panic Cat, putting it down to a 2-member standing for Noble Esports. They're looking to find these last kills and possibly look to close this game out right here, right now. Respawns are long enough. If they find Junipero, it probably will be the game. They do find it. Chaac is an absolute beast right now. He is tanking up so much damage, but he's not able to put out a lot himself. They're going to go the safe route, take this final Phoenix that is still standing.
I'm okay with Noble Esports' decision there. The game's over pretty much at this point. 3 Phoenixes down. It's almost impossible to come back from unless you're playing against Cloud9. Rip old Cloud9 EU. But in this situation right now, Noble Esports had one decision. It was like, we've got to try and fight them and knock off the fire giant buffs off a few of them here. We've got to try and kill them for the 2 Phoenixes they got down. If they don't kill them there, they continue to lose the game, and they had to try and fight. They tried to fight, didn't work out in their favor, and now Legion are in a full control of this game right now.
Yeah, this will be another Fire Giant here in a moment. There's a lot of gold in hand already. If they go back to base, that'll be another tier 2 item, if not a fully completed item for some of these gods. That's going to be a pretty big little spike of power once again. And why not just take the final Phoenix, get the Fire Giant, just make sure you're not going to get stopped at the Titan. You know, Chaac, he's so tanky, maybe he could have absorbed enough shots for the respawns to come out. Why risk it when you can just base, get the Fire Giant, and just storm the base and kill the Titan outright? They don't necessarily need to look for picks here, but if they try to rush the Titan down, they have to be careful. There's still a lot of bursts from Noble Esports that could potentially result in a Titan rush failing.
Yeah, I mean, if they do try and rush it, I think the damage potential from Legion is enough to bring it down, especially with having Fire Giant online as well. It's going to be too much.
Yeah, but
the lanes right now.
The Phoenix is dropping right now. The base is fully exposed. Appear to have lost Hinduman at the moment as his connection appears to be cutting in and out right now. Hopefully he will be back, but nevertheless, Legion pushing through this left side of the jungle right now, looking to secure themselves the victory in this quarterfinal match and move on to the semifinals here in just a little bit, potentially. They have a pretty strong gold lead. They have the base fully exposed for Noble Esports. Thor is up. They're looking to make this final defense. They need to do it right here, right now. He's dropping down, but he's right now in the middle of 5 members. Daysology going to be forced to hammer teleport out. That's 1 ultimate already down on the side of Noble Esports. This is going to be even more of a rough defense right now for these guys. And as the kind of standoff does begin, the Titan is ready, sitting at 50% health. Desert Fury coming across the the burst is shown straight on down. Circle Protection dropped as well. The Titan will end up falling quite quickly. Legion able to successfully pull off that Titan rush. Full builds on a lot of members of the lineup. Not all that difficult to accomplish this late in the matchup. So with that, Legion will secure this quarterfinal game and move themselves on all the way to the semifinals. You know, they already secured themselves a second-place victory. They need to keep themselves in and eventually look to secure that all-important first-place seating spots, an extra $1,000 for those guys. So if they can do it, you know, some extra cash in those guys' pockets. GG, well played to both of these teams. Legion will be moving on. Noble, unfortunately, will be dropping out after this one, for today at least. And with that, I am going to head off into the backsides of production area and attempt to locate Hinduman if we can follow him again, or find him, and maybe bring him back for the next game. We'll keep you guys posted on that, and we'll see you at the semifinal matchup here in just a few.